brought someone special with me today. This is dedicated to her. There is one girl I love most in this life. And most times, I pretend I don't. I could do anything to make her pleased, even though I know I'll end with sin. Please, let's see this scenery. She is the most beautiful girl my eyes have ever seen. That kind of chick in which figure of speech are speechless when you see her figure. She doesn't carry any weapons, yet she blew my mind with the way she carried herself. I start to write pickup lines. Guys, you just know she is the one when you see her. I see life in her eyes. She's a piece of heart. I start to catch cheap thrills. I was normal before, but all of a sudden, my body is incomplete without a piece of heart. I can't sleep. I can't eat without a piece of her. Words are supposed to be easy for me, but when it comes to her, saying no makes me choke on my throat, and everyone that ever stepped their foot in this place today must have seen her today. And for me, it was love at first sight. I was lost at first sight. No wonder they say love is blind, because the human eye has a spot that is blind. She, in her design, always wants to be the architect of my life. And telling her to pray, she comes up with the excuse of a stressful work day. Telling her to meditate on the word, she says it's that time of the month. So as a man, I fulfill her wishes and desires. Period. I sleep with her, and she gives me dreams. And every time I wake up from this nightmare, I start to question, what good does she have to offer? And she, in her jealousy, detests me to fall for any other. She always wants the best of things, so I go broke to make her look rich, because my father once told me, son, ladies should be appreciated. So I misunderstood that phrase and depreciated. We are supposed to come to God's throne on the altar as a living sacrifice. But how can I, when I cannot even halt her? And she doesn't know the difference between wants and needs. So she wants needs and needs want, and she is never satisfied. Her name is self. I really don't want to leave this warm embrace, even though I know I'll end up cold and then hot. Cold and then hurt. We've been dating for some years now, and I know you're starting to question what kind of relationship, but it's more like a courtship. I mean, might end up in a cult or on a ship, but deep down I know I have to cut this ship. Because as a ship, the best she ever gave me was cuts. And hoping she would change and I would clot. So I applied bandage thinking she would stop. But the cycle of mistakes goes on and on and on and on, like court action. And I know one day when I'm in front of a judge in a court and my actions are judged in that court, thinking all we ever did in a court wouldn't be caught, I would wish I never took the shortcut with her. Because the best we ever did alone was shortcoming. I said the best we ever did alone was shortcoming. That doesn't really bear fruit. Just makes impotent. Just makes important. Just makes impotent to know time is ticking away and he has a low count. And she has made his life barren, made him an infidel. And marriage is till death do us part. But this pact has a path that passed straight to death. And you know what's funny? She killed him, but he will be charged with suicide as she goes scot-free and he awaits eternity. Thank you.
Wow. Thought-provoking. That's the power of self and of the flesh. May the Lord